Hey, we're over at Living with the Lions and I can't make a shepherd's pie for nothing. So, we want to see what Lyle over at No Hippie Barbecue has for us in his shepherd's pie. Lyle, can you show me how to make a shepherd's pie?
Without burning it.
Bye.
What's up, everybody? This is Lyle with No Hippie Barbecue. What I'm coming at you with today is going to be some shepherd's pie. This was something that was requested a while back from Mary Avella, and thanks, Mary. Gave me a reason to knock this out. Now, there's a bunch of different ways you could do this. You can go real traditional with like lamb and all that. Mine's going to be a little bit more kind of unconventional. And the reason for that is I'm going to be using a brisket. Now, one thing about this recipe is it is the perfect way to like empty out whatever you have in your freezer, any vegetables that nobody likes or just need to go. And that's what I'm doing. I'm going to be using some vegetables just that I had in the freezer that I wasn't going to get to anytime soon. So let's come in and kind of take a look at the ingredients I'm working with, or at least my main ingredients, and then we'll get cooking. Guys, this is about as simple as it is. Like I said, you could be using ground beef. Just cook down the ground beef like you normally would. We're going to get to this in a second. We have just some mashed potatoes. Make them however you want to make them. Now, if you really want to get hippie about it, go ahead and throw an egg in there and whip it up so it'll kind of souffle at the top. I'm not getting all hippie-fied like that on this. The vegetables I'm rolling with are, this is just a Southwest blend. It has some black beans, poblanos, chili peppers, stuff like that. Typically what I would be using would be normally just like a regular mixed vegetable, and sometimes I might even go with just some mushrooms in it. But anyway, let's take it over the stove and get this whipped up. If you're cooking with ground beef, you're going to want to just cook it like you would ground beef in any recipe, till it's done. Now with ground beef, depending on what kind of fat percentage you have, you may see a whole lot of fat, or you might not see, you'll see very little. But either way, at this point, it's time for us to hit this with a little bit of flour. Now, this brisket has been seasoned pretty well, so I'm not going to really use any more seasoning in this, but whenever I make a shepherd's pie, I like to go kind of basic on it, just salt and pepper on it. Alright, so got that in there. Now all that we need to do is I'm going to let this cook in a minute, and then we're going to kind of add a little bit of liquid to it. Cook down a little bit. Now I'm going to go ahead and add some liquid to it. And you're going to want to kind of have it looking a little bit like a gravy. So you will see it thicken up here in a little bit. And like I tell, I'm going to go ahead and add a little bit more. Now it looks like Mary's kind of busy as well. So here's a way to kind of speed this recipe up a little bit. This is going to be thickening right now. I'm going to go ahead and get these vegetables in here right now. I'm going to let that kind of cook for about 5 minutes, let everything kind of come together, and then we'll get to building this thing. Cooking this about 10 minutes, and it's starting to kind of thicken up. Now I'm going to go ahead and turn this heat off on the stove. And the reason for it is it cools down, it's going to thicken up a little bit more. So I'm going to want this to rest about 10 minutes before I start stacking it. So I'm going to move this off the burner. Looks good to me. So I'm going to go ahead and get this in my pot. This is actually rested about 30 minutes. I had a business call I had to take, so let's get us a good layer down there. Alright. You know what, that's good to go. I'll save the rest of this. Now it's just time to get this potato on here. Now I'm going to see if I can get a little hippie with this little bag. I don't know if it's going to look any better or not, but it's better than mushing it down into using a spoon and mushing it down. So I just use this method here. And we will smooth this out. But, like I said, it's better than having it pushed down into our meat mixture. Alright. Hell, I'm fine with that. Now I'm going to come over it. Now, if you want, you could put little designs in there, all that kind of stuff. That really doesn't matter to me. We're just going to be eating it, not showing it to, well, I guess I am showing it to people. Let me correct myself. So anyway, that's that. Throw it in the oven. Throw it in the oven like 350 for about 30 minutes or so. I'm going to finish cleaning up, so when I'm done, we're good to go. And I don't know if Mason's going to be back to do this taste test with me or not, but that's the next time you're going to see me. With the finished product, it's been sitting for about 30 minutes. I'm going to have to cut into this a little bit earlier than I want to because I'm a little hungry. Normally I like it to sit about an hour. It's actually normally best the next day. But let's dig into this now, see what's up. Moment of truth. This is the first time I've made this with brisket, so let's see what's up with that. Actually, that's pretty good. Tell you what, you really can't go wrong with this anyway. I'd like to let it rest a little bit longer so it wouldn't collapse down on itself. But either way, Mary, I hope this helped you out in terms of finding a shepherd's pie recipe that would work for you. I don't think you can get anything easier. Use whatever kind of meat you want and follow the directions I gave you. You should be good to go. Anyway, thanks for stopping by No Hippie Barbecue. Comment, subscribe, and I'm out.